Prudential California Realty, and I'm going to be interviewing two great real estate agents in San Diego County. That's Pat Heckel and Laura Mitchell. Okay, let's go on in. Here we are at Prudential California Realty, waiting for the happiest greeting in all of San Diego County. Just wait and see. Oh, we have to go loud. Okay. Well, hi there.
Hi. Oh, you're filming from the start.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Laura. Hi.
It's so good to see you. I hope all's going well.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Laura.
How are you?
Thank you. I wanted to talk to you two because you work as partners, mother and daughter. And I guess the one thing I want to ask is, Pat, how did you get into real estate? And then, Laura, how did you get into it?
I've been a full-time realtor for 40 years.
My
I
gosh.
started in Hawaii when Laura was 6 months old.
Oh, my God.
Now you know my age.
And I was an escrow officer before that.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was kind of the transition. But it has worked so well with a family because you can balance your time. I mean, you're not committed to anybody but your clients that you're working with at the time.
I see.
And a lot of your backup work can be done whenever you want it to be.
So then, Laura, how did you get into real estate? I know
Well,
you
let's
saw
see. I
your
was
mom.
6 months old. Always swore I'd never do it growing up. I don't know why. Just I saw how hard she worked, the ups and downs
The
of
highs
the
and
career.
lows.
There are big highs and big lows. And but after I had graduated from college, I had really felt that this is the direction I wanted to head, and I was looking forward to it. And I remember walking on the beach with my mom, telling her how to pick up her jaw off the floor, off the
After
sand.
she'd spent her whole life telling me she would never go into real estate.
But really have been in it for about 20 years now, straight out of college.
Wow,
So,
great. So I guess that kind of takes me into one of my questions is that, can you brag about some of your successes and how you've dealt with some of the downtime too?
Well, probably the most downtime I've experienced is over the last 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. Now, the early 90s was downtime, and that was hard. And it was sometime in the mid-80s when interest rates went to 18% and 5 of my escrows dropped out.
Oh my gosh.
That was hard. But I think the last 2 years has been the worst of the worst in terms of, I mean, because there's so many people out there afraid to make a decision, afraid to move forward. They're just, and with the high unemployment and everybody worried about where we're going economically, and it's been a tough 2 years. But the last 2 or 3 months has been very
Really picked
good
up.
and kind of saved us for having an actually okay year.
Okay.
And but the highs are, helping clients like we helped you find the house that works for them.
That's right.
We just closed an escrow, and my gosh, they just jump up and down, and
They're so
they
excited.
are so excited. They love their house so much.
Oh,
They are
that's
just,
great.
it makes us realize that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And I started in 91, so it was a very difficult time. And it's for some of the training that some of the new agents are doing and getting into it. I started in a very difficult market and succeeded in a very difficult market my first year. You learn how to do it right. You really learn the basics, and you learn it versus several people who got into it 5 years ago when it was just coming at everybody, and everyone you knew was a realtor, and just it was kind of all around, and you didn't have to work very hard at finding something. But it really makes a difference when you dig in and you start in difficult times because you learn how to do it well. And those are the people that have survived, and have stayed in it.
Well, I do want to ask you about training, but getting back to kind of where I was leading, you said you've had good years, you've had not so good years. So what could a person expect as an average income? I don't know how better to ask
I don't
that.
think there's anything.
That's a really hard question.
I just don't
Yeah.
think there's anything average. We have a half a dozen agents in our company that make well over $1 million a year.
Wow.
Well over $1 million a year. And we have people that drop out because they're just not making it. For me personally, which is really all I can talk about, is my really good years, 200,000, and an average year is 100,000 to 150, and a bad year was a year ago when I made 35,000.
Wow.
And the sad part is you'd think, well, 35,000, that's still not too bad. But this is an expensive business to be in, and you spend a lot of money on this business.
That was another question I had too. For example, what kind of fees do you have for multiple listing fees, errors and omissions, insurance, realtor fees, marketing fees, desk fees?
It would be fair to say that I probably spend, counting all of the things you mentioned, probably
And more.
25,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're in your own business, you're self-employed, and Prudential doesn't pay for any of that. We are the independent contractors, and we are paying those fees. And we pay all the marketing fees and all those things up front when we take a listing, and we do not get paid until that escrow closes. And if it doesn't close, and for some reason they go on to another listing agent, or then you're just out that money.
So it's kind of a tough business to get a foothold in, maybe for someone brand new in it, if they have to have a regular wage to support themselves.
It really helps for somebody who's getting in the, like when I got in the business, I was married, so there was another income, and so that gave me the freedom to just kind of learn and grow and earn, but not dependent on. And we are, which is kind of fun, and you wouldn't even think to ask us because it wouldn't be in your questionnaire.
Okay.
But we are, took on a whole new thing this year, and we've been doing it about a year, but we're mentors for the office.
Oh.
And we have, which was supposed to have been 6, but Laura snuck a couple others in there. We're up to 9 now.
Because they're so wonderful.
And they are. They're so
They
adorable.
are. It's a wonderful group.
And we meet with them twice a week. And one of the times is an accountability session where they talk about what their goals were for the week before and what they accomplished, and then what are your goals for this week. And so we don't tell them what they need to do. They tell us what they want to do and how they're going to do it.
We help navigate what they're doing and how to do it and what they need to be doing, but then they get to choose, because again, they're independent contractors as well, but we have them in training sessions, and we teach classes ourselves, and it's a wonderful opportunity. It's been a great way for us to give back. It's been fun.
And but Prudential really, really, truly has probably the best training for new people of any company in San Diego.
What kind of training would a person?
The training room is down in Mission Valley in our corporate headquarters, or one of our corporate headquarters. And it's a large training room, and we have a training director who schedules and plans, and many of the specialists within the company run some of those classes. And sometimes they bring in outside vendors to also do them. But there's a whole session of classes that a new person needs to take in order, and so those classes are all free, and also there's wonderful classes offered at the Board of Realtors, and then we have webinars that are on
Online,
that's handy.
yeah.
and where you can just take classes at home in your own comfort.
And the classes could be anywhere from open house, how to do an open house, to how to do a CMA, a competitive market analysis, how do you price someone's home, listing presentations, and how you prepare a presentation for when you go in to meet with a seller.
How about the
qualifying-
contract?
Contract classes, obviously the most
Can't
important
get enough
thing.
of.
And buyer qualifying. I mean, they have the gamut, and those are some of the classes we do here hands-on too.
And those
So.
are provided for new people.
All part of
But a
yes.
lot of people that aren't new go back and refresh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, I mean, you're...
Or if they're new to the company too.
And one of the things that's so wonderful about this business is you never, ever, ever learn it all.
Area. Do you get to choose what area you work in, or are you assigned what they call a farming area?
You get to choose.
You choose your own farming, and there's different kinds of farming areas. There's different kinds of farms. We have geographical farms, which are areas where you go pick a certain community that you might want to farm because you like it, or you live in it, or you have a significant knowledge in that. There's also sphere of influence farming. Your friends, your contacts, business relationships, that would be another farm area, we call it. But no, we are actually qualified to sell anywhere in the state of California, but we are a member of San Diego, North County Association of Realtors. You can sell anywhere within San Diego. A lot of San Diego agents now sell up in Murrieta and Temecula area, and I mean, really have broadened their horizons. They're going where the sales are. So.
So you do have time to be a full-time mom and still a full-time realtor. And Pat, I know you have grandmother duties too.
Yes, she does.
Plus
Many.
your outside activities too. How do you
Well,
balance everything?
Well, she's the wife of a pastor.
That part was good.
Good.
Because that's my assignment. Oh my goodness.
So that creates another whole set of requirements for her time and energy.
Wow.
Well, you do have to find that balance that anybody has to find, frankly. But you do have a lot more flexibility in this business. You know, and pick up the carpool a couple days a week, and that's, thank goodness we have a carpool. I don't know if I'd be able to do it every day, but you know, you have a lot of opportunities out there, and you just sometimes are busier than others, and you just have to navigate through them. And generally, we tend to work every day, but we'll take niches of time, a couple hours in the morning, maybe, you know, break away early in the afternoon. I mean, but to find a whole day off, you really have to work hard at it.
So working as partners, does that help you develop
Yes.
that balance
Yes.
that you need?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Because we can cover each other on vacations. Unfortunately, when it's your mother, it's hard to go away on a vacation together. So, but we're working on that still.
Well, I wanted to ask you that. So are you required here as part of the Prudential team to have desk time to be here at certain hours? Do you have to devote
No,
any
but I
time?
think there's some offices that tend to have foot traffic that do keep a desk where somebody sits at
Called
every
floor
day.
time.
It's called
Yeah,
floor
but-
time. We don't here because it's not foot traffic kind of place, so there's
I see.
nothing here that.
And there's no management requires, again, you're an independent contractor, you work your own hours. So, you know, often we could be, after I put the kids to bed, I might be on the computer for a couple hours, you know, late in the evening. Can be, but.
And you caravan. We
Uh-huh.
think that's really important, and we caravan all day Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, it's here in the north, and then in the afternoon, it's in the south, which is Del Mar, Solana Beach, Rancho Santa Fe. And
Okay.
so we do them both. Because don't forget, well, you probably don't know, but I was in the Del Mar office for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
I've been with this company for 23 years.
Hey,
My goodness, it's our pleasure.
such an imposition. I'm sorry.
I see once we get past the elections and once things settle down a little and once the unemployment figures start looking a little healthier, I think we're going to see the real estate market truly start to get stronger. And the last seminar that Laura and I were at, the man gave us statistics to show why he thinks in 18 months we're going to have a housing shortage.
Really?
And you know supply and demand is the key to everything. So within 2 years we could see a turnaround.
My goodness.
And I think to piggyback on that would be probably as far as where we are with the industry, the professional industry. We've seen a lot over the last several years of agents taper off who got in it maybe when it was good and realizing that it's a little bit more difficult than it just used to be. That we're seeing people in it for the right reasons now. And we're seeing people who are dedicated, who want to make this a career and a profession. And with our mentees alone that we're training, has given us a wonderful opportunity to see the quality of agents that might be coming in now.
And when you asked what we do for the community or how our involvement was, I think there's a great deal of giving in this home mentor program that we're just taking a great deal of pride in being able to give back our knowledge to new people coming in. And it's been a real gift for both Laura and I to do that.
Oh, well, what a nice thing to mention at the end of our interview. I want to thank you both, Laura Mitchell and Pat Heckel with Prudential California Realty.
Thanks, Pat.